So once again, we're here doing interviews with bloggers on Freethoughtblogs, and today I have Giliell online. So Giliell, tell me about your blog. How long have you been writing it? What it's all about? What's the history of your blog?
Well, I'm a writer at Affinity, which was, as everybody I hope still knows, Kane's blog. And when she got sick, when she got cancer and couldn't keep up her tremendous writing, she was amazing. I mean, she was putting out so much content. She asked some of us if we would like to join in, so we became a nice little group who ran Affinity, and we decided after Kane died, sadly, that we would keep it. So what is Affinity about? I would say it's community. So Kane built this wonderful, nice community of friends, I would say, across continents. And that's what is for me the center of Affinity. You can always come here, talk about things, get some feedback, some nice words. Bless you. So our content is a lot of posts on crafts. So we are mostly people who like to do things with their hands, but also very mixed politics, history, teaching. So I'm a teacher, so I often write about things in education, stuff that happens in schools, teaching, policies. Lots of photography. I think most of us are glued to our cameras one way or another. That's a big part. So that's, I guess, why we're also hosting all the photo events now for the fundraisers. Yeah, and of course, politics. I'm always interested in, feminism. I'd say is my main topic of interest, and the intersection of feminism with, say, trans issues or larger politics. Yeah, so that's Affinity.
Yeah. So Affinity is actually a group blog now, right? So who else do you have writing there?
So we have four people. So it's me. There's Voyager. I think she will do an interview herself with you. Will she?
She's doing something a little different. She'll be posting something of her own. Oh,
Um, there's Charlie from the Czech Republic, who is an amazing smith. Who he is making great knives. I can tell you, I've got one for myself. There's Aq, so from Latvia. She is a little quiet right now because there's a lot going on there. Yeah, and then there's me.
yes, a nice diverse group. Yeah, losing Kane was painful. I mean, she was also kind of energetic on our back channel, and she was really important in organizing things. And oh man, it was uh, I felt terrible when we lost her. So we it was a big loss. Okay, so let me go on to another question. What's your process for writing? So, how do you decide what to write? What do you do to sit down and do it?
Ooh, mostly just whatever comes my way. So if I head out with the camera, you can expect some posts with pictures. If I do some craft project, you can expect me to post pictures on that. On cooking, if there's a nice dish or a particularly nice cake, you can expect some of them. And sometimes I stumble across things I don't know on Twitter, on news sites, and then I sometimes get to write about them. Sometimes they end up in my draft pile because I don't manage to finish and then never get back to finishing it. And the thing that I'm writing about is no longer interesting. So, yeah,
Yeah,
it's
sounds like me with less cooking, but okay. Yeah, so another you mentioned how this is such a community blog. How do you engage with your readership?
But I think we try to really pay attention to people. I think by now I know most of our, yeah, let's say regulars, um, quite well. I mean, whenever people tell you that, oh, it's just the internet, I tell them, right, no, like there's friends. So I think we take care of each other in a way and see if somebody has something interesting going on in their lives or could use some nice words of encouragement or talk about stuff. We always have an open thread. Sometimes it disappears from the front page. It's the never-ending thread where we talk about everything social, or some people dump links there to interesting articles. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, the internet is real life. I wish people would realize that. Okay, so now tell me about yourself. What do you do when you aren't writing? You're a teacher, but what
Yeah.
gets you up in the morning? What gets you excited? What are you up to?
Well, what gets me up in the morning is the alarm clock, but I actually love being a teacher. I don't like it much right now because everything is horrible with COVID, but I just love, engaging with young people. I mean, you have them when they are a bit older, but right now I've got grades 5 to 8, and it's such an amazing age, and it's so cool actually to be able to be there for this important part of their lives and to help them to, yeah, become the best versions of themselves, to find themselves. That's what I really really like about my job, even though it's hard. I teach special ed and I teach at a school with lots of kids from poor homes, from broken homes, lots of refugee kids who don't speak the language and have traumatic pasts. So it's a hard job, but I really like it because I hope, at least I hope, that I can really make a difference for them.
Yeah, I know the feeling. I teach 18 to 22-year-olds, which is a little different, but they're also changing fast. And it's been hard this last year because, I just came off of a semester where I taught something like 40 students and I never got to see their faces. That's just the way it's working right now. And that's not so cool. Okay, so how did you get involved in free thought blogs?
Oh, I think I migrated with Feringula back from when you were on science blogs. Um, and I, well, stuck around, read blogs, comment, and yeah, I think this group of friends formed. So when Kane started Affinity, I became, yeah, a
Yeah.
regular there. All just kind of a natural process, I'd say.
Right. It was a natural evolution. We were very relieved that somebody was willing to take over Kane's blog and keep it going because she set a tone that we like to have around. So we're glad you joined us. Okay, so are there other blogs you read? Not necessarily here at Free Thought Blogs, but anywhere. Do you have recommendations for good things to read?
Sadly, right now, not much. I read a couple of other free thought blogs, but I'm so damn busy.
Uh-huh.
I used to have a lot more time reading blogs, comments, engaging, but right now I'm happy if I manage to read the main news site in a day. So, yeah.
Yeah, we're all just kind of hanging in there right now, waiting for the vaccine and all that kind of good stuff, and for the
Yeah,
world to get a little better.
should be on number 3 on the list of people to get vaccinated. And as my friend said, I climb onto the doctor's lap and only leave after I'm vaccinated.
Yeah, my plan is sort of stay hunkered down in my house for a while because I really think that healthcare workers ought to be the first in line. And
Absolutely.
and once they're taken care of, then we can move on to people with jobs that require them to engage with the public a lot. And
In
I'll get that
Germany,
done.
the really horrible thing right now is that they decided to keep schools open no matter what. So we are teaching the same amount of kids as we usually do, the same hours, only with a hell lot of restrictions, like we can't mix the age groups in the schoolyard. So we have all our different grades really locked up basically in very small areas, which leads to lots of fights. And yeah, so I meet basically 200, 250 different people a day. Uh, there's not much hunching down inside for me right now. I mean, my social life uh, is happening via Zoom calls
Yeah,
and video chats, but yeah, I think, I mean, I think in Germany the policy will be first people who are very vulnerable, then healthcare, then everybody who has public positions like teachers, social workers, firefighters, and I
right.
think that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good set of priorities. Okay, so finally, what are your big plans for the future?
Whew,
Are there any? Are you just kind of hanging on and getting day by day right now, or
right now I'm basically hang on. I mean, I would like to clean up my study one day, so if that counts as a big plan, but it's just like, if you want to amuse the gods, make a plan. So
oh, good
right
point.
now,
Yeah.
I'm not making any. And in general, I think I'm pretty happy where I am. I'd like to keep that going for a couple of decades. So
That's
no
long-term
big.
thinking, but that's good. Yeah.
There are some craft projects I want to find time for. There's always so many things I want to do and try and get good at. I need a couple more lifetimes to learn all the things.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah, I have a bunch of projects in my head too, but I'm being realistic and trying to limit. I know what I can do now, and that's what I'm going to do. Uh, okay, well, very good. It's good to meet you. Well, for me, it's good to meet you again, and good for your readers to get to meet you here. And we'll be looking for more from Affinity over here at Freethought Blogs. Thanks
yeah,
again.
you're welcome. Good to see you. Bye.
Yeah.